Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Daddy's Dirty Library. We're talking about Mashle, episode 6. I lied. We're talking about
Featuring
Mashle, episode 17, Finn, Amos, and the Friend.
Magic and Muscle.
Mm.
We are making cream puffs.
Big Daddy!
Production.
How are you today?
I got some magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. And everybody wants that presto magic, 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 magic. These tricks that I'll attempt will blow your mind. Pick a verse, any verse, I'll hypnotize you with every line. I need a volunteer, how about you with the eyes? Come on down to the front, stand right here and don't be shy. I have you time traveling, have your mind babbling. People trying to inherit the skills, so they asking me. Even David Blaine had to go and take some classes in. I said, my freak man, what's up man, what's happening? So come on, come on, and see the show tonight. Prepare to be astounded, the ghost of poltergeist. You know I'm no Pinocchio, I never told a lie. So call me Mr. Magic Man, I'm full of time night. I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. And everybody wants that presto magic, 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 magic. We'll take a journey into my mind, you'll see why it's been in my rhyme. Stay on the road, so I call my mama when I got time. I hit the stage, go insane, then jump into that crowd. See when I rhyme, I flow on a beat like pit it out out. See, I deceive you with my intergalactic ether. I sing just like Aretha, so respect me like I'm Caesar. I kick it like Adidas, flow and sticky like adhesive. Be cautious, cause when I be on, will leave you with amnesia. I break all the rules like evil. Knievel, it's a spectacular show, cause my heart pumps diesel. So whatever you saying, it don't entertain my ego. I do this every day, hocus pocus. I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. And everybody wants that presto magic, 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 magic. Well, I got the magic in me. I got the magic in me. I got the magic in me. これが僕の乾杯だ。
Listen, man, 3 seconds in, I had to pause it. I was like, are you serious? The world building. The world building is out of control, bro. 3 seconds. They just introduced, yeah, by the way, guys, there's 13 ancient wands. Most powerful, coveted, these ancient magic powers, and da. Intro. I'm like, wait, what? What? Like, guys, we're on episode 17. 17. And they keep hitting us with world building after world building after world. Like, I feel like it's like Iron Blood Orphans, where they're just like, look at all the shit we could do in one anime.
Yeah.
Or like Final Fantasy VI, where it's like, look at all the stuff we could do with this video game, with this play. They're putting a lot of these other animes to shame, because a lot of animes like have like 200 episodes and are struggling with like world building concepts when they have like 3 of them working at the same time. Mashle just keeps on just keeps on loading it up. And they're able to load up all these world building elements coherently
They
in
do, and
17 episodes.
it's nice to see it. Like I'm kind of enjoying how much more we're getting out of Mashle in the
Mm,
sense where, I thought we were just going to be stuck on this little quick battle series for a bit, like a quick tournament arc,
yeah.
but being exploited to even more of the world, being exploited to more of the magic. I mean,
Mm,
I didn't expect this to be like a my one is specific for me. Like, okay, we saw that earlier happen with Mashal,
yeah.
sort of, but like, I didn't expect this guy's wand to have a heart and be reflected.
Yeah.
So it confused me because I'm like, he seems so menacing. Um, in the
Mm, mm,
prior
mm.
episode, I
Yeah.
didn't think this would be his power. Like, I I'm kind of
Oh, underwhelmed. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Me too. Like it's cool. Like, well, one of the master, what is it,
Hmm.
Master Canes? So it's like, oh, again, also cool ass name for us, the top ones. Just damn, man. Like all these like I know you guys are doing a lot. Like it's a lot to write a story, it's a lot to draw these characters, a lot to try to make this thing work and to transmit whatever message you're trying to transmit. But Mashle's putting you guys to shame. Like
Yeah.
Mashle is an example of what could be, and it's just having fun. It's ripping off these other joints, and it's creating a whole other thing in and of itself, which is not even recognizable when you compare it to the other stuff. I love the level that this anime is performing at, and I would like to see other animes start to emulate this kind of effort because just bravo. Okay, so after watching this episode, do you still think not see Margaret as Hisoka-ish?
No, with the whole you know, animal should be treated properly, like his whole speech about like respecting all sorts of living creatures, I was like, this is
Okay,
not
so
so bad at
okay,
all vibes.
fair enough,
And
fair
then on
enough.
top of it, he
Okay.
he had like a more humane essence when he was just like, oh, I thought this guy was more like me who didn't care about the power tropes. And I guess he's different, or maybe he's working with the guy as well.
Hmm. This
So
is
it
probably
kind of developed a lot more in like why this guy is such a dick in a sense to Mashle's crew directly. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Those are very anti-Hisoka qualities. I think I was looking at it through a Phantom Verde perspective. My frame of mind was a little different.
Your nerves were up.
But I was looking at it and I was he said something to the effect of, oh, well, these guys are someone to look into. And I think he was describing the starchy guy, the bad
Mhm.
guy in this episode. He's like, yeah, he has a lot of potential. He's like unripe fruit. I'm like that's how Hisoka described Gon. And then he went into the tirade about like, yeah, I'm so thankful. Thank you, mommy and daddy. And then it reminded me of Hisoka talking about when he was a kid liking to chew bubblegum. Like, what an odd time to like
Well,
reflect on a
yes, but
super
no.
childish perspective.
So it was strange because he said thank you, father and mother, mommy, daddy, or whatever, in reference to like the other guy talking about, oh, I was born this way and this and that. Only I was born chosen. And seeing the other guy saying thank you, father and mother, is more like he's respectful in a way to even exist.
Mm,
It
mm.
hit me more of
Whole lot of
a
gratitude. Yeah.
mendable child like Mash. So I was just like,
Mm,
"Hmm, not
okay.
not a dick, not a dick."
That's a fair point. I could see it. I see your point. I see your point. Shit. Uh,
Surprising. We finally saw our boy Magic. Um,
oh yeah, Finn. Yeah, yeah.
dangerous. So
He's like,
I
huh?
thought, I
Nothing's
thought
happening.
he just faked it. I
It,
thought he just
was
it, like just
so
it was about
fucking
to be
cool,
dropped.
man.
I'm like,
I was so proud of Finn in this episode. I mean, dude, like he was just, oh, I'll kiss your feet, I'll lick your toes. So like, okay, noticeably shaking in fear. And then it's not like, oh, I'm afraid of what this guy might be able to do. He saw it. He saw what this guy's capable of. So it's like, oh, you don't understand. And then on top of
and he's
that,
heard
to
of it.
to make
Yeah.
it, yeah, to make it even more pronounced, the guy is listing off rankings. I'm number one. I have this wand. You're barely graduating. How'd you get in here? Nepotism, and stabs himself, which in effect stabs him. And
Mhm.
despite that, Finn is like, oh, mind freaking out. Okay, I can't give this up. I Mash's future is riding on me. Okay, this strategy with this thing. And also he threw out another magic spell that it missed, but it was like Nalcos. And then it's like,
Mhm.
what does that do? So it's
I know.
kind of
I'm
like a
kind of
buildup of,
confused. Like maybe that's another like tag this and I switch with that or something.
yeah. So I was like, wait a minute. Like there's more here. But yeah, I'm just super proud of him because it wasn't like like people confuse
Strength.
brave no bravery sometimes where like there's if you're afraid and then you're paralyzed, people think that that being brave is the opposite of that, and it kind of is, but the extreme opposite is to just jump in and not even think about it. But if you jump in not think about it,
Courage.
yeah, but courage is jumping in even though you're afraid. But if you're not even thinking about it, if you're not even assessing whether you're afraid, oh, I'm just gonna try this out and see what happens. Like, yeah, you're not paralyzed. It's the opposite of paralysis, but it's not the same thing as courage. But it looks very much like courage, the same way that a
Hmm.
banana looks very much like a plátano, but
Big
it's not
difference.
the same. It's not the same. Yo, you can't, it doesn't taste the same. You can't, it's not as versatile. It's not as tasty. It's just not the same. And
I
for the record, plátano is more nutritious than a banana.
100%.
Even for the one thing that banana touts to be really good at, potassium, plátano has more potassium.
Lateral power.
Mm. Mm, how about that? I mean, and avocado has way more than that. Funny enough. But
Let's
I'm
not
just
get into
saying.
that.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, don't confuse the banana for the plátano. And funny enough, plátano is super starchy, and then which is weird because this guy, I forgot his name, but I just call him the starchy kid because
Stab
he had
starch.
yeah, yeah, the Italian first name and the Chinese last name. Like, yo, how starchy can you get? You got pasta and
Hmm.
rice for dinner. Like, this guy is starchy. This guy is starchy. And then what's in between? If you were to like look at a world map, what's between China and Italy? There's a lot of stuff in between there. But if you're looking for like a median place, like India's pretty close to that middle,
Oh, I think
right?
you're
I
drawing a
guess
bit of a cut of a line here, if
yeah, I
anything.
guess it depends what part of China you're drawing from. But I'm just saying, India seems like a nice middle meeting place. And then what's this guy touting? A lot of elitism, a lot of caste system. You're born into this. You have to perform this way. I was like, wow, starchy baby,
Okay.
middle of the stuff. Cat.
Okay.
I'm like, wow, this was done on purpose. Mashle world building in two ways.
Let's
But
talk about how it mended metal. Let's talk
bro.
about the intricacies about what the what did Mash do here? He
Yo,
was
first
able to mend metal. Hold up.
yeah.
I'm really stuck on that. It's one thing to stretch it. I'm like powerful, okay, kind of cool. Then
Mm,
he widened it, and then he was able to make it into a net. This is all the same metal piece. I don't
mm,
care how strong you are,
bro.
to mend metal perfectly and not have a crack, not have a tear, not have a wedge line where things aren't feasible, and be strong enough to tap. Well, I don't know what he was hitting him with, a rock.
I think it was another piece of the metal. Maybe he broke off a piece of that metal and started utilizing that. And it's
Like,
like,
did he
yeah,
poke holes that was all just crumpled up? Like,
yeah, that's a great question, man. That was otherworldly, bro. That was otherworldly. And when he
yeah, like
I
I'm
like
kind of mad no one went into that part. Like, they're like, oh, he just made it in a tennis racket and started playing tennis like a racket. I'm like, are we skipping over the fact that he made a impossible object to pick up one into a tennis racket?
right,
Like,
even if you're strong enough to do that with whatever the material is to make it that even, yeah.
you
That,
have to heat up metal in order to make it mendable. What?
and then even with that, master craftsman still like, I mean, well, I'll just say it's hard to do what they do, even with the being able to get it to the temperature to mend it in the way that they do. This guy just,
Within moments.
yeah.
Within moments.
I was getting Jujutsu Kaisen vibes where Toji was sharpening the joints. But I was like, oh, he's stretching it out. Oh, he's making it longer. And then I was like, no, wasn't expecting that. And then I thought about the first episode when he hit us with all the sports references. I'm like, yo, this guy's going back to the sports. All right, hitting back old school. And then I was thinking about the his All Might entrance. I am here. I heard
Hmm.
"Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da," in the background. I'm like, yo, Mashle is world building. Mashle's world building.
Yeah. And like I don't even want to shortcut on what Finn did on the stabbings and everything, taking that in, like, and then really holding out. That was big. But then you see Mash will take those hits. I didn't think he would be able to. I'm like, can he take his own hits? Can he physically
Mm,
take his own power? And when he said, "I'm a million times stronger than you," I was like, yo, okay.
yeah. That was
He
it was
was
so
ready for
cool
this.
because he agreed with Mr. Starch. He was like, because Mr. Starch was going on that whole tirade, like, hey, well, you're born into this. You should know your place essentially, and blah blah blah. And Mash was, again, like hats off to Finn because Finn had this strategy, and then he tried to go through with it, and he was able to keep cool even under overwhelming odds, and then it didn't work. And despite it
Mhm.
not working, he still held on to his convictions and still was like, I can't let this go. And there's no way out, but he's still like, I can't let this. He was like, I hope somebody's no, he's just like, I can't do it. And so I think there's a big difference between having a simple foundation to build upon that you could build a bunch of strong things around if you have that strong foundation, strong core, versus having because it's simple. Like if Finn's thing is real simple, like okay, I have to protect my friend. The other guy, the Starchy kid, his was also simple, but it wasn't like a simple core. It was a simple application. He was like, well, the world is this way. This is the way the world should operate. And I think there's a big difference between the two because if you focus on yourself, then you can master yourself. You can be a
Well,
force in the world. Versus if
well,
you
you also
have,
have to remember he also had like a strange growing up process to never feel pain since
yeah,
birth.
how can you discipline that kid? Not that you have to inflict pain on a child, but if that kid has a moment that he decides to get smart mouth, as a moment, and you tell, oh, do this, and he decides not to, what are you gonna do?
He was born perfect.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So I really like seeing the two being compared to each other. And Mash again agreed with him. He's like, yeah, you're right. It would be wiser to just not do something when you know you can't do it. That makes sense. You should know your place. But I'm not gonna let you do what you did, what you just did. You're ridiculing my friend for his bravery. You're undermining his bravery, and 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 then he challenged him. He's like, "You're not as you couldn't do what he just did."
Hmm.
And
And he was right.
oh
He was
man.
100% right. But in the end, like, after the onslaught of barrage that Mashle, attacked him with, even though the thing had like, oh, second form and I'll still protect it. Like when he finally got hit and was on the floor, he's just like, this this is pain? Dude, this is what Finn went through?
Yeah.
How? I got hit once and the
Yeah.
bleeding hasn't stopped. I stabbed that dude multiple times in multiple areas. How could
Yeah.
he deal with this being lesser than me? And it makes me think for this guy, like, how will he live his life after this? Like,
Mm.
think about it. He just realized what pain is. How can you continue using such a power without any type of remorse at this point? Like before, never dealt with it, doesn't know it. He's like, ah,
Mm.
that's what you deal with, not me. I'm perfect. So
Yeah. Yeah.
wow,
Yeah. That's
wow, this
self-defense. It's
this
like,
has such a
mm.
overbearing thought process between the mashup kid, the starch kid. Just like it makes me wonder, like his how he got brought up and never ever had to deal with pain, how he even got through a lot of things. Like, I guess that's why people just feared him because there was nothing they could do
Right.
unless he just respected rules in certain times. But that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like just super benevolent no matter what. But it's just like that's an incredible like bullies. Like I don't
Because it wasn't
again.
something that he had to activate. It happened automatically. Gara's, you know, ultimate barrier type of thing.
His power kind of reminded me, I mean, not the power itself, but the visuals of it reminded me of that doctor guy from Shaman King. And I was like, wait a minute,
No,
like this guy,
oh,
Mr.
yeah,
International.
with Eliza.
Yeah, yeah,
What was
yeah.
his name?
Yeah, I forgot his name. But yeah, it
Faust.
was Faust,
Faust.
yeah, yeah. So I thought it was super interesting, man. It was maybe I'll call him Mr.
The thing
International instead
gave
of Mr.
me
Starch.
it gave me sort vibes from Hunter x Hunter with the
Mm.
medical thing in the back, all controlling stuff, like all
Oh,
the shots
yeah.
and needles, like and
Pito.
how he could like
Wait, what was her name? Was it
yeah,
Pito? That sounds
it's like
weird.
Nefertiti, Pito, or something like that, or whatever. They were a
Stop it.
bunch, an ant.
The anime with Hisoka in it has a character named Pito, and we didn't notice that. Are you
You
kidding me?
what?
Like pedophile? How did we not joke about this?
I mean,
But no, it was all right. But with
I
as
mean
far as
that.
Master goes,
I mean, we didn't joke about it because that one was a bit of a. She was playing with someone's head rolling around. Like,
oh no no no,
so it was a
yeah.
bit darker to even think about anything else because it was just like you're fucked up.
Yeah, very true, very true. But yeah, it is cool. I wonder where the Starship Kid's gonna go from here, Mr. International. It was cool that he acknowledged Finn after all that happened.
Also,
But
how is Finn gonna go through with the rest of this? Like, it's a big thing. This isn't over. There's so much more. There's still other players at foot,
yeah,
and they still only have one crystal. He's bleeding out,
yeah, it's
or
true.
is he? Internal bleeding? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that was a lot of stabbing wounds. And even Mashle, like I know he's a strong guy, but he's
Took
wounded.
his own hits. Took his own hits.
Took
Like,
his own hits, stabbed like multiple times. You're gonna face Margaret at that level? I don't think that's a good idea, man. So
I mean, we still got the main character. He's fine. Whatever he is.
yeah. Hit that Puerto Rican
I think he
overdrive
could pass
mode.
on the crystal, if anything.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, this was I like this episode, man, and it was cool to see, or it was interesting to play around with the thought of the Starchy kid not understanding pain until he experienced it, and I think that's something that everybody else can kind of draw from. Not that you need to experience it to in order to understand it, but if you have the imagination, you don't have to go through the experience to be able to empathize with somebody that's going through something that you haven't experienced. And that's the benefit of being exposed to a lot of other stories, talking to a bunch of different people, watching anime, and listening to podcasts like ours. Like and subscribe.
And see us again next time, you know, or Mashle. We're here for you. Magic and muscle every day.